You remember a few days ago, I was doing a little series on healing, and I would like to continue that series today. Just a reminder of what we've already covered. In the book of Matthew, chapter 8, we saw the leper healed. We saw the centurion's servant healed. We saw Peter's mother-in-law healed. We saw all that were brought to Jesus were healed. In chapter 9, we saw a man sick of the palsy that was healed. We saw Jairus' daughter healed. We saw the woman with the issue of blood was healed. We saw two blind men who were healed. Well, we're going to continue now in chapter 9, starting in verse 32. I just want to read you the things, the people that Jesus healed when he was on the earth. And remember, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. What he did for other people, he'll do for you. Starting in verse 32, as they went out, behold, somebody brought this man. They brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spoke. And the multitudes marveled, saying, it was never seen like this in Israel. The people are fascinated. But what about the religious leaders? What about those who were the rulers over the people? The Pharisees said, he casts out devil through the prince of devils. Why is it that when a miracle happens, something great happens, there are religious leaders that come against it and say, oh, no, that can't be. Miracles don't happen. God doesn't do that sort of thing. Really? I mean, you can go back to the Old Testament in Exodus, where the people were coming out of Egypt, and there were all these snakes that were biting them and killing them. And Moses put a snake on a pole and he stuck it up. And because God said, anybody that looks on this snake and beholds it, looks at it steadily, they'll be healed. So God was healing people even back in the Old Testament. There's a lot of instances back there, and maybe we'll cover those sometime. But right now we're looking at Jesus' healing. So let's go on here to chapter 12. Let's go to chapter 12. I've got it marked here. I do. Starting in verse 22. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. So you see, there was hope for the blind back then. There was hope for people who could not speak. You know, some people, well, it says that he was possessed of a devil. If we looked at it in the natural, what could have caused the blindness? What could have caused the not being able to speak? You know, there's many things that modern medicine has been able to fix. They didn't have that back then, and they had to be healed by God, or it wasn't going to happen. And this is Champ is whining again because we didn't sing a song. This is where a lot of people say, well, God doesn't heal today because, you know, we have modern medicine. Well, yeah, we do have modern medicine, but modern medicine can't cure all things. And modern medicine can't figure out all things. Does God use modern medicine? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not telling you not to go to a doctor. God may lead you to go to a doctor to receive your healing. Or you may receive a supernatural, all of a sudden, boom, there it is, healing. That's the way I like it. God has healed me many times of many things, supernaturally. But he's also used doctors sometimes. So, we have in verse, the demon-possessed man who was deaf, I'll tell you what, if I didn't have my notes, so all the people were amazed when this man who was possessed with a devil, blind and dumb, that Jesus healed. All the people were amazed and said, "Is this not the Son of David?" Now I want to take you back when the two blind men that were following Jesus, what were they saying? "Son of David, have mercy on me. Son of David, have mercy on me. Son of David, have mercy on me." They figured it out a couple of chapters ago, and a lot of things happened between chapter 9 and chapter 12. But finally, the people are figuring it out. And they're saying, "Is this not the Son of David?" And of course, the Pharisees got all up in arms about it again. Let's go to chapter 15. We're going to cover one more, starting in verse 22. This is a really good one. Oh, they're all good. "And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me." Are you seeing a theme here? Have mercy on me. What is that mercy? The mercy is healing. But what does Jesus do? She says, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou Son of David." She's not a Jew. She is not a covenant woman. But even she is calling him Messiah. Son of David, Messiah. "My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil." She's heard that Jesus has cast out devils, and she believes. But what does Jesus do? He answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, "Send her away. She's crying after us. She's bugging us, Jesus. She just won't leave us alone. She keeps crying, 'Have mercy on me.' But he answered and said, I am not sent unto the lost sheep of the house. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." In other words, I'm only sent to my countrymen. At this time, I am only sent to Israel. And what does she do after he rejects her? After he's rude to her? She come and worshiped him, saying, "Lord, help me." And he answered, and he said, "It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs." He's calling this woman a dog. What does she do? She humbles herself. And she says, "That's true, Lord. That's the truth. Yet the dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table." Then Jesus answered again, this third answer here. And he said unto her, "O woman, great is your faith. Be it unto you even as thou wilt." And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Did you see what he said to her? Great is your faith. Did Jesus ever say, "Great is your faith" to anybody else? As a matter of fact, he did to the Roman centurion. So he told the Roman centurion he had great faith. The Roman centurion did not have a covenant, wasn't Jewish. He says to the Canaanite woman, "Great is your faith." And they both received what they were after. What about the disciples? Did he say, "Great is your faith" to the disciples? No. They traveled with him. They hung out with him. They were with him the whole time that he was walking the earth and doing all these miracles. They saw all his miracles. They watched him heal all these people that came to him. Did they have great faith? No. You know, sometimes I think we get so used to seeing all these wonderful things in church or wherever, you know, we see that God has done these things. He's healed people. He's saved people. He's delivered people. And we've seen it so much that we start to take it for granted. And we don't believe anymore. Or we don't believe he'll do it for me. Well, if he did it for somebody else, he'll do it for you. He's not a respecter of persons. He loves you just as much as he loves the demon-possessed men, Jairus' daughter, the Canaanite woman's daughter, it's not that he didn't love this woman and have compassion on her. It's that she didn't have a covenant. And when Jesus was on the earth, his ministry was to the Israelites. Now, after the day of Pentecost, there was a shift. And instead of just being ministering to the Israelites, then the ministry of Jesus and his disciples and his followers shifted to be not just the Israelites, but those outside of the covenant of Abraham. But even so, if you're a believer in Jesus, then you are adopted into the family of Abraham, which you may not be a Jewish by blood, or an Israelite, I should say, because, the Israelites, there were 12 tribes. There were not just the tribe of Judah, there were 12 tribes that were the sons of Israel, sons of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, Israel. Anyway, we're talking about healing today. Thank you for watching. I'd appreciate it if you would like, share, follow, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know that you heard me, and I'll talk to you soon.